Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're taking a little break from doing body work and like bumpers and sanding and all that stuff. And I just picked up a dmax hood from a guy named Matt Rasecki. He really likes what I'm doing with this YouTube thing, so he offered to give me his hood. Now, it's not a good condition hood. He actually just crashed his pro car and he's been parting it out, and I saw the hood vent, and basically I just wanted to buy the hood for the hood vents. But he just said he would just give it to me for free, and I went to his house, picked it up, and he showed me his car, and it's so cool. I wish I could be there one day, but I just want to give a big shout out to him for supporting me. So I just put his hood on top of mine, and as you can tell, it is really messed up. But the main reason I wanted it is for this. So what me and Harinder are gonna do is we're gonna cut it out and then install it on my hood. It does need some work, like the fiberglass is cracked there in the corner, and then basically all of the center support things for the vents are cracked. But it's actually in pretty good condition, even though it got into like a front end crash when he was drifting. So it does need a little bit of fiberglass work, like I know I said that already. Now we're gonna do it when it's off of like the hood, just because I wasn't too sure how much like the hood was flexing it, because the hood is dented pretty bad. And I just wanted to make sure we didn't like repair it in like a weird form that the hood vents in. I don't know if that makes sense, I hope it does. But now we're just kind of figuring out where we want it on my hood. And we're just trying to figure out if we want it like higher up rather than lower down. And I'm thinking I like that. So what he's doing right now is he's gonna take off all these little nubs and just a few rubber things, and just to see how flush it fits, because if it doesn't sit that high, we can just kind of put it on top and then mold it in. Also, in my last video, a lot of you guys said for me to heat up the side skirts and like bend it around like the body. If it was like the polyurethane stuff, absolutely you could, but heating up fiberglass isn't really gonna make it flex. Like you might get a little bit more out of it. Let's cut the hood, dude. These are the steps that always scare me, because if it doesn't work out, then I have to go buy another hood, and I really don't want to have to buy one if I don't need to, because this hood is perfectly fine. Like I spent quite a bit of time looking for a hood that was relatively cheap and was in good condition. And even like when we did the hood latches, that really scared me, because I really don't want to mess this up. So what Harinder's thinking is, since this is all metal, because the way the previous owner put this on, he used like 2-part epoxy. So there was no possible way that we're gonna be able to pry that off. So we just cut the metal. And what Harinder's thinking is we just shave down the metal down to fiberglass. And it's a really good idea. It's just, it's a lot of work, and we don't really have the right tools. If he were to do it at his work, he would have the right air circulation and the right tools, the right sanding material, because like that's what he does for work. Here we don't have that stuff, so it's just gonna make a huge mess, but it's not really the best idea to do here. Also, one more thing. You guys said it hurt to see me cut the body just to make the skirts fit, and I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I didn't show it in the video, but when I started cutting it, there was so much Bondo, and Harinder started knocking it off, and it is so rusty. I just didn't want to show it because like, I don't know why I didn't want to show it. I really don't. And also both the rear quarters are cut to fit the over fenders anyways. Yeah, so like I've already cut up the rear fenders just to fit the over fenders. Right behind here, it is rusty from like here down. And that's why when we started to cut it, it didn't really bother me that much, because like I knew, and I really should have told you guys, because then you would have felt a little bit better about me doing it, and I'm sorry. He just got the pliers at the corner, right behind the metal, and just started rolling it off, and it's peeling off pretty nicely. Yeah, this part you need to be super cautious, because it could easily pooch the whole entire thing. I'm surprised how nice that's peeling away. So since there's gonna be like a lot of sanding and like fiberglass work, Harinder's gonna take this thing to his work tomorrow, and he has like the perfect setup there. So it's a better working environment for doing fiberglass stuff. It doesn't make a big mess. And then like he's just in his element, like that's what he does. And he will have like the right tools and everything that he does on a normal basis that I don't have, just to make his life easier. Should we be writing this down? 25 3/4 by 28 on a taper. Do the smallest to widest. Just do 17 inches.
17?
Yeah.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's go 20.
Whoa, hold on.
20 across the board.
20?
The video? Yeah. The word. Second by second.
Okay, so before we cut this, we're just gonna put a blanket underneath, just because I really don't want to catch anything on fire.
Part 2.
Oh, part 2, I get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is very damp cardboard. This will not catch on fire. Perfect. Look how good this looks. That looks freaking amazing. And I love how you can kind of see like the valve cover behind there.
Sunny day only car.
Oh. I didn't even think about that.
You're getting straight water right into your intake.
Why would we do this? Dude, that's not good. We live in like a rainforest and I never even thought of it. The hood vent is a terrible idea if I ever want to drive this thing in any weather other than sun. Like I genuinely didn't even think of that until he brought it up, and it kind of bothers me. Instead of me being able to drive this thing 365 days of the year, in Vancouver I probably get 4 days. This sucks. This part tucks underneath, like we're gonna slide this part underneath the hood, just so it has like an overlapping, like just so it's like a down slope. It has better flow. Yeah, we're just gonna slide it under just like that. There isn't much more we can do until we get more clecos, and Harinder has to get them from work. And we also need to get this thing fixed, which is also at Harinder's work.
I'm gonna start by putting a little bit of resin.
like watching him do this, but the only thing I don't like is I feel completely useless. Like I have no idea what he's doing, and every single time like I try and step in, I do one thing and then I really don't know what to do next. So I always end up just giving like the job back to him, and like he's trying, like he let me do something and then I never did it the way he liked it, and he's like, there, you're done, no more. So now he's just putting a big sheet on the edge here and then going around the corner because it's messed up over there too. But he's also like reinforcing it. That's the thing I like, because now it's gonna be a lot stronger in the corner. Okay, Harinder was trying to clean these scissors. He was using like some rubbing alcohol just to clean them. And he had the scissors open, put paper towel on the blade, slid his hand up the blade because that's what he does every day. That's how he cleans them. They're big scissors, and he said they just got sharpened. And then we looked at it, it didn't look that bad. Now it's been like 2 minutes and he is bleeding so, oh.
Ooh, that's some red blood, dude.
You want me to kiss it better?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna show you guys this part just because I'm not really good with blood, so I don't want to make you guys watch it, but that's, oh. Okay, so now he's laid all the mat on there, you can see it, and now he's just gonna kind of go over top of it just to seal it from the top.
Ready?
One of the best things about this new shop is it has a heater, and I just cranked it up to level 6, and we've had it in here for maybe about 20 minutes, and the primer is fully dried. So these are some things that I just picked up earlier, and a lot of you guys were asking what these are, and basically they're just like temporary rivets. So what you do is you drill out a hole in 2 pieces of metal, or fiberglass in our case, and then it's a 1/8 size, I believe. And then you get these cleco pliers, and then you put it inside the hole when it's compressed.
It expands when you release it, so when it's pushed in all the way, it's smaller, so it'll slip inside the hole and then it'll expand behind to hold the 2 pieces of metal together.
Yeah, so you can see that when he lets go, it gets bigger. But these things are extremely handy for doing like body work, so I'll leave a link in the description for where you guys can go buy this. They're not expensive, and like they help so much. Like we've used them basically everywhere on this car. Holding on the bumper, doing the side skirts, the hood. We're gonna use them on the rear bumper. I just never had enough, so now I just went and bought more, so now we can do it all.
This has got your guys' like first look at it.
Harinder told me to go out and buy another 20, and I'm like, no, I don't need another 20. I needed another 20. Okay, so we thought we're just gonna let this dry with the hood up, just because if any of this stuff is pushing down on the engine, it may mess up like the way it's laying down. Okay, so now we have the hood vent fully mounted, and we're gonna leave the clecos in overnight just because you need at least probably 4 to 6 hours. I really never read, but it's getting late, so we're just gonna let it sit overnight. So I'm just gonna end the video here. So I'm gonna show you guys next video how this thing turned out, because there's really not gonna be a difference between the way it looks now and the way it looks in 12 hours. And I'd rather just start a new video there instead of waiting another 12 hours, waiting another day just to pull out the clecos and show you guys when it really will just look the same. And we aren't going to be doing any body work to it. We're not going to add any putty until we start doing it all around on the other parts. So I thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you guys made it this far. And I'm really liking this mod. I think it's really cool. And I want to know if you guys like it too. Because with my last car, I wanted it, but I never got around to it just because it was my daily driver. And I didn't want to be cutting up the hood just in case it didn't go well. But I don't drive this thing as my daily driver. So I don't really care what I do to it. So cutting a big hole in the hood wasn't really a worry for me, but I'm so glad I did because I think it looks really good. So I want you guys to leave a comment, tell me if you liked it or not. And if you guys are interested in getting those clecos, I'm just gonna leave them in the description. I'll just find them on Amazon and post the description because they are so handy. It is like a tool that Harinder uses every day at work, and I'm so glad I got them because it really helps. Otherwise, I don't think we could use clamps. I don't think it would be possible. That's all for today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later.